I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump just attacked his former chief of staff and retired four-star General John Kelly. Here's what Donald Trump wrote on his social media platform. Donald Trump has posted approximately 50 separate threatening posts about various different things throughout the day, and here is one of those threatening posts. He writes, John Kelly. Let me just be very clear. This was Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, and a retired four-star general who served our nation with distinction. That's what Donald Trump said. John Kelly, by far the dumbest of my military people, just picked up the theme of the radical left's lying about Gold Star families and soldiers in his hatred of me. He was incapable of doing a good job. It was too much for him, and I couldn't stand the guy, so I fired him like a dog. He had no heart or respect for people, so I hit him hard. Made no difference to me. He's already on record defending me all over the place. Nobody loves the military like I do. Now he finally speaks back by making up fake stories or confirming the made-up stories of the Dems and radical left. He's a lowlife with a very small brain and a very big mouth. Interestingly, before firing him, his wife, who suffered a lot, told me he would never speak badly about President Trump. Wrong. Did he totally lie about another lowlife, Congresswoman Frederica Wilson? Let them fight that one out themselves. Numerous people are angry and upset because they know they will never be in a new Trump administration, but only for one reason. They're not nearly good enough. Kelly would be among those at the top of the list. Donald Trump is a disgrace. Donald Trump is an absolute traitor. How dare he? If that statement doesn't make you livid, I don't know what else will. That is Donald Trump attacking a former four-star general and saying that nobody loves the military as much as Donald Trump. When Donald Trump called people who died serving our country courageously suckers and losers, Donald Trump who attacked the service by the late, great Senator John McCain. And this is in a string of Donald Trump posts over the past few days attacking his former top leadership and former top military leaders. Here, Donald Trump attacks the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, and Donald Trump attacks his own former Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper. Donald Trump writes, slow-moving and thinking Mark Milley should never have made those calls to China's military leadership. Does this moron, together with woke fool Mark Esper, exclamation point, who said yes to everything, have any idea how dangerous a situation he put our country in? Look at his words. Stupid and very dangerous. Stupid and very dangerous describes you. Stupid and very dangerous is you projecting and confessing to the danger you put and continue to place our country in, you disgraceful individual. And here, of course, is the post where Donald Trump threatened to execute the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley. Donald Trump wrote, Mark Milley, who led perhaps the most embarrassing moment in American history with his grossly incompetent implementation on the withdrawal from Afghanistan, costing many lives. Donald Trump, you cut a deal with the Taliban. Mike Pompeo and you freed 5,000 Taliban soldiers. You made a deal with them. You invited them to Camp David and you let them take over Afghanistan, and you didn't care. You were creating chaos for Vladimir Putin, and you just thought you are going to leave that to President Biden, and that was your way of trying to screw President Biden, who actually took action to get our troops out of Afghanistan. You cut a deal with the Taliban, and you didn't even bring the actual Afghan government in and allowed the Taliban to take over. That is what went down. If you ever wanted to help fight against big money in politics, listen to this one. There's a new campaign to get rid of super PACs, all of them, with a pretty interesting spin. By helping out, you'll be entering a contest with a first prize of $50,000. That's right, you could win $50,000 at cancelsuperpacs.com. So here's the situation. Ever since a court ruling in 2010, super PACs have been able to take unlimited funding from big donors. This is literally how so much corporate money floods into elections each and every year. But campaign finance reformers had been digging into the cases, and their experts recently discovered that the ruling resulted from a technical, straightforward legal error. Basically, they realized that we absolutely constitutionally can limit how much a person or a corporation can give to a super PAC. Now, this is where the contest comes into play. They want as many people as possible to spread awareness about this legal error. So they're asking people to make a short video about it. And they're going to give $50,000 to the best video. That's right, you could win $50,000 if your video is selected as the best video at cancelsuperpacs.com. You can see all the details about the contest here. The link is also in the description. It'll take you to their contest website at cancelsuperpacs.com, where you can get registered and get more information about that legal error and submit your video. So if you ever wanted to take part in the fight against big money in politics, here's your big chance with a really big reward. Go to cancelsuperpacs.com. Now, back to the show. And then in this post, Donald Trump talks about how the act by Milley is so egregious that in times gone by, the punishment would have been death. Exclamation point. A war between China and the United States could have been the result of this treasonous act. To be continued. Exclamation point. So after threatening General Mark Milley, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, with death, Donald Trump then writes, to be continued. Folks, this is a disgusting, despicable individual. There's no other way to say it. He shames our country. He shames our military. He shames our Constitution each and every day. And here is what Donald Trump was reacting to that John Kelly told CNN, Trump's former chief of staff. So Donald Trump, who lies about everything, lies about every single thing, he's telling us he's the only one who's telling the truth here. But everybody else, people who actually tell the truth, Donald Trump says they are lying. Utterly despicable. And this is what John Kelly said. Trump's former chief of staff said, "What can I add that has not already been said?" Kelly said when asked if he wanted to weigh in on his former boss, Donald Trump, in light of recent comments made by other former Trump officials. Quote, this is from Donald Trump's former chief of staff talking about Donald Trump. "A person that thinks those who defend their country in uniform or are shot down or seriously wounded in combat or spend years being tortured as prisoners of war are all suckers because there is nothing in it for them. A person that did not want to be seen in the presence of military amputees because it doesn't look good for me," Trump said. "A person who demonstrated open contempt for a Gold Star family, for all Gold Star families on TV during the 2016 campaign, and rants that our most precious heroes who gave their lives in America's defense are losers and wouldn't visit their graves in France. A person who is not truthful regarding his position on the protection of unborn life, on women, on minorities, on evangelical Christians, on Jews, on working men and women," Kelly continued. "A person that has no idea what America stands for and has no idea what America is all about. A person who cavalierly suggests that a selfless warrior who has served this country for 40 years in peacetime and war should lose his life for treason in expectation that someone will take action. A person who admires autocrats and murderous dictators, a person that has nothing but contempt for our democratic institutions, our Constitution, and the rule of law. There is nothing more that can be said," John Kelly concluded. "God help us," is what Donald Trump's former chief of staff and retired four-star general said about Donald Trump. I played this video before, but let me play it again. Here is former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, at his farewell ceremony talking about Donald Trump. Play the clip.
to a country. We don't take an oath to a tribe. We don't take an oath to a religion. We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution, and we take an oath to the idea that it's America, and we're willing to die to protect it. Every soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Guardian, and Coast Guardsman, each of us commits our very life to protect and defend that document, regardless of personal price.
Folks, we have to understand the threat that Donald Trump poses to our democracy, to our military, to our country, and we will keep talking about it here on the MeidasTouch Network each and every day. Hit subscribe. We are on our way to 2 million subscribers, and check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Have a good day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.